Today is July the 8th, 2022. And as you see, once you let large corporations do something, citizens feel they have the same obligation and the same right, which they do. As you see, they move these large equipment, but now the dump is open again. This seems to be a washing machine. Asphalt. And this right here was dumped by the corporation that had the equipment here. Yeah, this is their beer bottles and everything. And they just left their shit on this dead end street. But this is what happens when you open up the door for certain people to do something. Everybody seems to have the right to do it. And which I agree. If you let one do it, they all. And this is why you shouldn't open up the door for yourself to allow this kind of shit to happen. So let's call the national Montgomery County National Capitol Police, Park Police, and get them down here. The Montgomery County National Capitol Police.
Montgomery County Police Department around Gaithersburg, sure.
Montgomery County National Park Police. Montgomery County National Park Police.
Montgomery County Park Police, Dispatcher Watkins speaking. Help you, please.
Yeah, I need an officer down here off of Sligo Mill Road. We have some illegal dumping that has occurred down here.
Okay, hold on a second here, sir.
Say that again?
Give me 1 second here. What's the name of you got Sligo and what's the cross?
Sheridan.
Sheridan.
Yeah, it's
Is that reference to Sligo Creek Parkway?
I'm not sure, but it's at the Sligo Creek Conservation Neighborhood Park. That's what they say the name of this park is.
What area of the county is that in?
Montgomery County.
I know. Was it down there by Wheaton?
Oh,
Wheaton?
Takoma Park. Takoma Park.
Okay. And you're a commission employee?
No, sir. I'm a citizen, a taxpayer.
Oh, okay. That's why I was asking, because I thought you were. Because I wanted. Now I have to make sure if it's our park property or if it belongs to the city of Takoma Park.
Well, that's the issue. At one point, they said it was Takoma Park, and then they said the park is taken care. I have no idea. The last time I called, a park officer came down here.
Okay, so we got Sligo Creek. And is it Sligo Creek Parkway? I know you said it's off of Sheridan.
Yeah, Sligo Hill Road.
Sligo Hill Road.
Yeah,
okay.
it's right behind the Mid-Atlantic. It's on a dead-end street.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and look this up. And what's going on? Is it trash dumping?
Yeah, we have looks like a washing machine, and there was some road people that was here the last time, and I called the park people, and they left all their trash here too.
Okay, I'm going to look this up, and I'll probably have to pass it on to Takoma Park. It does not sound like it belongs to Maryland National Park and Planning Commission. Do you see a park sign or anything out there?
Yeah, I mean, you guys came and put up no parking signs, but
okay.
I thought it was Takoma Park's on, but they say they made some kind of deal with the park people to handle it, so I don't know, sir. I really don't.
Okay, I will pass this Sligo Creek and Sheridan. And there's it's like is it in an open lot area?
No, it's on the side of the tree line and on the side of the road.
So you see, that's going to belong to Takoma Park. I can tell you that now. Do you want me to transfer you to Takoma Park PD?
Yes, sir. I mean, They gonna probably say it's yours, so I don't know. Somebody needs to work this out.
Well, right now I'm gonna pass it to the sergeant, but I'm gonna also give it over to Takoma Park
Okay, I appreciate it.
at the same time. So I'm gonna transfer you at this time.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
See, this is what goes on. Nobody knows who's what. But I know for a fact they say this is Takoma Park, but they gave it to the park people. So what they need to do is clarify certain jurisdictions.
Takoma Park Police ID 8509. This line is recorded. How can I help you?
Yeah, I need a officer down at Sligo Mill Road and Sheridan. We have some illegal dumping that has taken place down here.
Sligo Mill Road in Sheridan.
Yeah, right behind the Mid-Atlantic seafood place. I called the last time and no officer showed up, so I'm recording this conversation and videotaping it. So,
That's fine, sir. And can I get your name, please?
Michael,
Mike, okay.
yeah, we have a washing machine, and there was some road construction equipment back here, and they left all their garbage back here too.
Okay, sir. I'll have that noted. As soon as I have an officer available, I'll have one respond, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
it's gonna be this week, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm just messing with you because they never showed up the last time, and it's
sorry.
make your department look bad when the police don't show up. But I thank you, ma'am. You're doing a professional job. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
So as you see, they transferred me over to Takoma Park Police Department, and let's see how long it takes an officer to come back here. Not only did these people leave their trash, but they left these little studs that they took off of their machine right here, as you see them in the ground. These can road work that they say the state gave them a permit to park here. And this is what happens. You open up the door and people take advantage of you. And that's what's happening. These people who had these road people that's working on the state drop their bags of trash, drop the parts right here on this road. Who is this with the little yellow bug light? And as you see, somebody, because they parked their stuff here and they let them park their stuff here, and since there's no patrols back here, they decided to drop this washing machine back here. Let's see what's over here in the woods. Even though there's cameras back here, when you don't enforce the law across the board, this is what happens. No one is above the law, and that includes construction companies. If this sign says no parking, that's exactly what it means. No parking. You got beer cans, beer bottles, water jugs. But you got selective enforcement in this little town. So let's see. They dropped their little shit they took off of their machines, and they left them right here in the ground. Look at this. These are the little studs come off of that graver that they changed the oil. They clean their asphalt. Drop it right here. Left their oily gloves right there. And then they left their bags of trash right there. But they say they got a permit from the state of Maryland to do this. You know, taxpayers, it's a shame when you come and you see the same stuff over and over again, and you're paying people to do a job. And again, I keep trying to tell you this. If you ran a company and your employee, you had to keep telling them the same thing over and over again, wouldn't you get rid of them? Wouldn't you get rid of them? And that's what needs to happen now. If you have a government that is not doing their job for all the citizens, you get rid of them and find a government that works for the people. This government in this state of Maryland, in this town, in this area, in this country, is not working for the people. And it's time we vote all of them out and replace them with new blood. I mean, yeah, they tell you a good speech so that they can be rehired again and own that office. No. We need to clean the whole administration out and start over with fresh blood and see if we can find a group of people who will do what they're getting hired to do and paid to do. And we're not getting that from these individuals who are sitting up in these government agencies right now. We're not getting that. If it was up to me, every government agency, the top will be terminated and replaced with new employees. And we'll do that every time until we get the right combination of people who are working for the people. Because there's no reason why I have to keep coming down here and calling in the police to enforce something that should be enforced anyway by law. The chief of police of this town says his people patrol this area. There's no way under the sun that his people are patrolling this area and nobody's seeing this. Nobody's observing this. But because they're butthurt, because they have a citizen of the United States recording them, they're butthurt. And that's what's going on now. You know, and if they think that's an issue just by me now, what you gonna do when you receive these papers for this big lawsuit? So, yeah, today we went down, as I told you, we went down and Montgomery County released all my vehicles without me having to pay a dime because they know that Takoma Park fucked up. There's some park people there, right there. You know, the next time you want to try to intimidate somebody, chief, or try to put fear in them, you better know who you fucking with, because I ain't it. I'm not it, and I'm here to tell you I'm not it. You should have learned that from day one. You know, you can scare some people. I don't fear nobody walk on 2 feet. And there's very few things that walk on 4 that I'm scared of. So You barked up the wrong tree, Chief of Takoma Park, Maryland. You and that little daughter terrorist of Bin Laden's on. And this shit about to get real for now. Because you all will be in Greenbelt. Make no mistake about that. As I stated before, July the 18th, I've been denied a jury trial, even though I requested it under my constitutional rights. They gave me a one-day trial before a one-judge trial. Shit gonna get real in there. Because you're not gonna step on my constitutional rights. Too many people have died for me to have these rights. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let a group of terrorists and traitors take what people have died from me. So, courtroom 401 is what they say in Silver Spring, Maryland, 9 o'clock in the morning, July the 18th, is when this so-called fake one-day judge trial is going to take place. I assure you, I'm going back up to Rockville in the circuit court, requested my jury trial. They say it's not enough jail time to have a jury trial. Who in the fuck decides if it's not serious enough to warrant a jury trial? I don't read that nowhere in the Constitution of the United States. And who decides what's serious or not? I was telling a buddy of mine, not the judge, not the prosecutor, not these people up with the administration. There's no such statute or rule, but they can't even do it. Decide what is serious enough. 1 minute of my incarceration or my liberties being violated is serious to me. And this is what I tell you taxpayers. Stop being scared and stand up for your rights. Who the fuck decides what's serious or not? Individuals that ain't spent 1 day in a county jail or 1 day in a prison are deciding what's serious or not? Get the fuck out of here. What they need to do when you want to be a lawyer or a judge, have them spend 60 days in the county jail. Like they do with that 60 days undercover. And they can't tell nobody that they're going to be judges and lawyers. Have them go down and spend 60 days in the county jail. And then maybe I'll go along with this 60-day or not enough jail time or not enough seriousness. See, these bitch-ass niggas ain't never spent a day in the county jail or in prison nowhere to understand that the first day you step into that mug is gladiator school. So it's serious to the person that's stepping in there. See, these clowns get to go home and lay beside their significant other, eat a hot meal, and don't have to worry about the next nigga running up on them, stabbing them, or fighting them over stupid shit. They deciding that, oh, it's not serious enough. 1 minute inside of these detention centers is serious enough for the person that's in there. And they're going to learn that on the 18th when I come up in that motherfucker. And I'm going to take their bar, their license, and everything else away from them. Those that violate my constitutional rights. And this is what citizens need to... You need to strap your belt on tight, tighten up your shoelaces, and start standing up what you believe in, because people have died for these rights. These forefathers of theirs are the ones who wrote it up. And because people of color now are learning it and knowing the game, they're trying to change the rules. You're going to tell me I'm not entitled to a jury trial because the sentence is only 90 days. Show me where that says that in the Constitution. I'll take that contempt to court. And then I'm going to take your job. I'm going to take that black robe off of you, and you'll never be another judge or prosecutor by the time this shit is over with. Just like the chief of police and the mayor, you're going to learn a valuable lesson about coming on and trying to violate my shit. You thought you was gonna run me out of this area. Come on. You didn't smell no fear on me, even though I smelt it on all y'all that came down that day. I smelt the fear on you. That's why you came at like a pack of dogs, hyenas, up on a Black Panther. And you figured out you fuck with the wrong Black Panther, chief, mayor, and all your little bitch niggas that walked around with that brass on, with their body cameras on. You found out you messed with the wrong motherfucking Black Panther. That's why you came down in a little pack. And as you saw, I didn't get bent out of shape. I'm not even upset right now. I'm just getting tired of taxpayers allowing this kind of shit to go on, and you're not standing up and you're letting these people scare you. Stop being a victim, taxpayers, and become a lion, because you're paying these clowns to do a job. And if they're not doing the job, get them the fuck out of office. As you see, we've called the police. I'm banking they won't show up, but every time I say that, here comes a car pulling up somewhere. But I'm banking they not showing up, because now they finna get their hands handed to them in this big lawsuit, because they know they fucked up. Now even Montgomery County know they fucked up, and they know what kind of. It's bad when police talk about you and you the police yourself. So let's wait a little while to see what agency shows up to this illegal dumping on Sligo Mill Road again. And to you good officers out there, don't take this personal. This is for you bad officers out there that got to kiss ass to move up in rank. And that's what's up in that Takoma Park department. Ass kissers. But house cleaning is coming, because every one of these individuals who got their name on these documents about to get sued in a conspiracy. Taxpayers, I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all, stop being a victim. These individuals work for you. You pay their salaries. And if they don't do the job, kick their monkey ass out of the office. Stop being scared when you see them berries and cherries come up, because they corrupt. They corrupt. That's just like the other day on New Hampshire Avenue, the highway. The mug is planting evidence on a taxpayer citizen. I called Internal Affairs. The lieutenant of Prince George's County Internal Affairs said he was going to email me a complaint form. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still waiting on that complaint form. This is what kind of corruption is going on. I called the chief of police of Prince George's County. Still waiting for a return phone call from them. The video doesn't lie. I mean, the recording doesn't lie. If you feel that he wasn't playing, why would you take a bag out of a citizen's car, put it into your vehicle? If you look at that vehicle, when the other officer came, he picked up the other evidence out of the white car. Why not just leave that bag in the car or put it on top of the car like most police do when they find some illegal stuff? They put it on top of the car they don't take it to their vehicle and put it inside their vehicle. But this is what they cover each other's ass. And we gotta start weeding these mugs out of office and take that uniform off of them because they're criminals. They are domestic terrorists in this country. Traitors. Anybody that goes against the Constitution is a traitor. That's what it says in the Constitution. So these individuals are traitors. They took an oath to uphold the supreme law, and they're not doing that. So these individuals are traitors, terrorists to this country. And we're worrying about terrorists in other countries when we got them right here. That's why they wear all this old military shit on. When I was growing up, police officers didn't have to wear all that shit. But these are the new terrorists. Only military terrorists wear that kind of shit. And we have to start cleaning them out, recording them, putting them out there so citizens can see it, and start getting rid of them. If the head man don't get rid of them, we get rid of the head man and put somebody in there that will clean it up. All right, we're still waiting for law enforcement to show up. But they run to big businesses. If big businesses call them, they hustle their asses down there to them. Selective enforcement. When the law is for every citizen in this country. But yet and still, these new terrorists and traitors, police for profit, is taking place in this country. Policing for profit. But these individuals in Takoma Park, they butt hurt. They ain't got no butt hurt cream, but they butt hurt. And if citizens of Takoma Park, when you see these recordings and you see this going on, you should have a problem with that. If you were doing your job, why would you worry about somebody, one, recording you, two, going to a citizen who made a 911 call or call your department and inform you that a crime is taking place and you want somebody out to make a report on it? But as you see from the last video, they didn't show up. Or the video before that, they never showed up. Let's see if they show up now, because the Takoma Park, not Takoma Park, but the National Park people transferred me over, and I spoke to the young lady. She said sometime when they're free up. What, this week sometime? Or are they going to never get freed up? And citizens of Takoma Park, you should have a problem with that. So that tells you, if they got butthurt with you, they're not going to show up at your place. So what do? You arm yourself and start protecting your own self. This is a lady right here. I don't know who she is, but she stays back here in this area. There's the Takoma Park Public Works guys way up there. So, what? Oh no, that's the lady right there. All these Toyotas start looking the same to me. She the one that got ran up before. I don't know if she worked for them or not. She just hangs out back here. There's the Takoma Park way over there in that white truck. I guess they called them to come and pick up this refrigerator. They riding around in PG County. But them the guys that should be the police. I mean, This is just to cover their ass, the brass ass or whatever. So let's see. But this, Chief, you brought on your damn self. You shouldn't try to conspire with two whores in the first place. All right, we're still waiting. We're still waiting. And taxpayers, I'm serious. You guys should have a problem with this. This says when a citizen makes a call to the police, they decide if they're going to respond to it. And their protocol should be responding to every call of a criminal matter in your town. This shows that they're not responding. This shows that their butt hurt. So why would you want to force like that? They should never take things personal. But they do. If I was the chief of police, I would make it mandatory that we respond to every call that is made to my department. I don't care if it's to get a cat out of a tree. One of my officers is going to be there to find out what's going on. As you see, that's not the case. And I don't care how many times you report something about some of my officers, it will be investigated and you will know what the outcome is, good or bad. Because this is how we weed out the bad. And it's clearly, this is a bad administration that you have in your town because they're butthurt. They selectively enforce shit. And the only people do that is criminals, corrupted people. So let's see who shows up. So right now, nobody's showing up. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. How that thing go? Wait for it. Wait for it. My man Cat Williams be saying that. Wait for it. And we're still waiting. And they can't say that they're busy because I just came through Langley Park and I saw two of them sitting up there. So that's the excuse that they make. If you got to wait for law enforcement to come, then there's an issue. That's Takoma Park right there. That white truck right there. That's twice he don't roll by. I'm pretty sure they call him to go pick up this thing or come by here and look and see what's over here. You know. But again, even with that, taxpayers, why when you call the police department, they send code enforcement or public works people? They're not getting paid for that. If you're going to send them, give them the paycheck. Give them the money. You know, if you're going to send the park people down here, cut a check for the park people. Because you ain't doing your job. Cut back on the chief. Skim back on his money. Because he's not doing his job. Anybody that's not doing a job, taxpayers, get rid of them. Fire them. You come to work, sit up in an air-conditioned office or air-conditioned truck and not responding to calls, the next call you'll get is your pink slip saying turn in that gun and that badge because we no longer want you on the force. Not on my force. That's why I say we got to put real people who works for the people. My job is to come in there and serve the people, and that's what I would do, and every one of my officers would do that. And if you ain't built for that, then turn your badge in and your gun, because I don't want you on my force. You will be professional, you will be respectful to the citizens, and I know everybody have bad days, and I know citizens go out there and make up stuff, everything will be recorded and reported and investigated. If no wrongdoing is done, I'm going to let you know that. I ain't going to be butthurt. I'm not going to tell my officers not to show up. And that's what's happening down here on Sligo Mill Road. Oh, they butthurt. And they about to get even hurter, but they about to be even hurter when this lawsuit come. I let you slide with the sergeant, and he's in another town working. But this ain't gonna work this time. You came down with your little traitors and tried to make a statement. All the brass came down videotaping and recording. They came down to evict me, which they never gave me eviction papers, ladies and gentlemen. You know, anybody, Google it. There's a procedure on how to evict somebody. But they brought all the brass. The head of code enforcement, head of parking, lieutenants, captains, majors, internal affairs. All of them showed up on 6530 to evict me. And they really thought that they had put fear in me. Evidently, they didn't read the memo about me. You see, I put both of my legs in my pants, one at a time. When it comes down to real men, you found out you done ran into one. And that shit you lock up don't scare you. No, it don't. Especially when I know I'm in the right. You see, I don't listen to these rap songs. I don't walk around with my pants hanging off my ass. You know, I educate myself, Chief. Something you didn't do in the Park Service. And something you ain't doing as a law enforcement officer. You think that badge and that uniform scare people. It may scare some people, but never run up on a real man thinking that it scares them. Because real men don't get scared by another man. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you a video. I can't show it to you right now because it's in the process of the civil lawsuit. But I'm going to show you where the brass of Takoma Park, I thought I was O.J. Simpson, and they had cornered my white Bronco at 6530 New Hampshire Avenue, how they came there in all this brass glittering like they was the pharaohs, and I'm the peasant and I'm supposed to be scared of them. But shit went left on them when I told them I'll take that hit. And they didn't scare me. We're still waiting. So while we're waiting, I'm just talking, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get you to understand something. Do not be scared of these individuals that you employ. Are you scared of your employees? As the employer, are you scared of your employees? If you run a business, hell no. And that's how you should run this government of yours. They work for you. You don't work for them. You pay their salaries. This is why we're pushing for this immunity to go through, so that we can start systematically removing these corrupt individuals out of office. These individuals who they think can scare by with the cherries and berries on, and they get out with their uniform and those guns on. They think that they can scare people by that. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, when the word police, yeah, you may scare these foreigners who come into this country. They haven't learned it yet. They haven't learned it yet. See, they got scared out in their country by these individuals. But you ain't gonna scare no real American. And this time, we will be in Greenbelt. Right after this criminal shit, and I take this contempt of court, so I can get all the players in one big lawsuit on this conspiracy to make an example that this shit's got to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, taxpayers, you should not be scared of your employees. They should be scared of you. You have the right to take their employment, their way of life, their funds away from them when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's what's going on now. They feel they are above the law. They feel they can do what they want to do. Just like, look at this. A citizen call for service and nobody's showing up. Nobody's showing up. And for you all you bootlickers and ass kissers that kisses up to the police and these mugs in uniforms, if you sit back and pump your brakes and ask yourself, is this right or wrong? That's all I'm saying. Is it right or wrong that you pay people for a service that they do not render to you? And if you say, yeah, it's right, then you fucked up in the head anyway. So, ain't even no use to you even have no conversation with me, because you fucked up in the head anyway. But if you say, yeah, it's wrong, they should respond when a citizen calls. Then I can hold a conversation with you and try to make you understand this ain't about right or wrong or whatever. It's about getting professional people to do a job you're paying your hard-earned money for. You pay for a service in this town from law enforcement to respond to every call that is made by a citizen of this town. And as you see, in a timely manner, not when they feel like doing it, but as you see, we still don't have law enforcement here. They didn't show up the last time. Not when the trucks was here, but when we called them about the other matter. They didn't even show up. Park police showed up. And here we are again. In a minute, I'm going to call them back if they don't show up and inform them that Park Service said this is not their jurisdiction. This is your jurisdiction. That's the same thing I'll be telling people out there on Highway 650. County police has no jurisdiction on a Highway 650, which is New Hampshire Avenue. So they can't be stopping cars, writing tickets without state troopers being there who has that jurisdiction. But they've been getting away with shit for so long, and this is the problem. They've been getting away with stuff for so long, and citizens are allowing them to do it, that they feel that they're right. A wrong does not make it a right. I don't care how you look at it. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And the law is very clear on the judicial boundaries of every area. But because we have these people that have come into this country who don't know their rights, don't know the law, and they're getting away with how can I say this in a way that you will understand? Hey, you have to excuse my language to talking to you, because this country was founded on being aggressive. What they're doing is fucking these people because you don't know what your rights are. You don't know what your rights are. As foreigners coming to this country, you don't know what your rights are in this country. And one thing you should do is learn it. My people didn't know what their rights were when they came here as slaves. But eventually, they learned it. And you see what happened? They took the shackles off of them. They gave them a chance to walk into any bathroom, ride the bus like they wanted to do. And it was a handful of these clown asses who were hanging them and whatever. That's what's happening to these new foreigners. But it took so long for us to educate ourselves. Now they're trying to change the new rules with these new foreigners in this country who are not knowing what their rights are. And you gotta start educating yourself, foreigners who come into this country, because you have rights. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You have rights in this country. You do not have to be scared of an individual in a uniform or the word police on it. You don't have to be scared of that. That's what they're banking on, that you are afraid of them when they walk up on you or pull up behind you. And I'm not saying go out there and be aggressive to them or whatever. Be respectful until they disrespect you. Record them every time they stop you. You record everything else and put it on social media. Start recording them. When they pull you over, you see them berries and cherries somewhere harassing another citizen, whether he's right or wrong, record it and put it on social media to make sure that these individuals, these employees of yours, is doing what they're supposed to be doing. We are still waiting. Countdown for launch.